Are you struggling to find the AVD Manager in Android Studio? You're not alone. Many users have faced this issue, and today, we're going to solve it together. I totally get how frustrating it can be when you're ready to dive into your project, but the tools you need seem to be missing. It can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. Here's the situation. A user recently asked, "How do I open the AVD Manager?" They mentioned that the usual options under Tools are simply not there. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what could be happening? Sometimes menu items can disappear due to settings or updates. Understanding this will help us find a solution. And stick around. I have a quick tip at the end that will help you avoid this issue in the future. To open the AVD Manager in Android Studio, the user should first check if the AVD Manager is installed. This can be done by navigating to the SDK Manager. Next, the user should ensure that the Android emulator is installed. In the SDK Manager, under the SDK Tools tab, they should look for the Android emulator option. After confirming the installation, the user can access the AVD Manager by using the keyboard shortcut. They can press Ctrl+Shift+A to open the Find Action dialog. If the user prefers, they can also create a new virtual device directly from the AVD Manager. This allows them to test their applications on different Android versions. Finally, the user can launch the AVD Manager from the toolbar if it is visible. If not, they can always use the keyboard shortcut or the Find Action dialog. Fun fact: did you know that the first Android emulator was so slow that it made watching paint dry seem exciting? Thankfully, we've come a long way since then. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative approach is to ensure your project is set up correctly as an Android project. This involves checking your build.gradle files for the necessary plugins. You need to have either com.android.application or com.android library applied in the appropriate build Gradle file. If your project isn't configured properly, a simple solution is to create a new Android project and then drag and drop your existing code into it. This way, you start with a correctly set up project. Alternatively, you can try to modify your existing project's build.gradle files to match the new project's configuration. However, this may be challenging for newcomers. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. One user found that enabling Intel virtualization in the BIOS resolved the issue of the missing AVD Manager in Android Studio. After installing Android Studio, they noticed the Tools menu option was absent. They also mentioned additional steps, such as cloning the project from Git, synchronizing Gradle, and rebuilding the project. After completing these steps, the AVD Manager appeared, and the Run option for the app module became available. Now, let's shift our focus to a different response. One user faced the same issue and suggests checking for errors at the bottom of Android Studio. If there's an SDK build error, click the link in the error log. Next, they recommend going to File, then Settings, followed by Appearance and Behavior, and finally Menus and Toolbars. Expand the main menu, select Tools, and choose Android. After that, click Apply and OK, then wait for the Gradle progress bar to finish. This approach may help you access the AVD Manager successfully. Here's that quick tip I promised. Regularly check for updates in Android Studio. Keeping your software up to date can prevent many issues, including missing tools. And there you have it. You should now be able to access the AVD Manager without any hassle. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks to enhance your Android development experience.